I'm Sander from Stockpilot, and in this video we will browse through the platform. The goal is to give you a solid know-how of how Stockpilot can help your business. Let's start the demo now. We start where it all begins, and that's on the dashboard. From here we have a complete overview of our business. We can see how many units there are out of stock, how many stored units we have, how many open orders there are, and how many channels are connected and if they're all healthy. Also we have a glance of the sales data, so the amount of orders in our own warehouse and externally. The top sold items, and if we go below we see the orders per channel. We can turn them on and off. And the total revenues per day, and they are all converted to your local currency. In our case it's the euro. And here you can change the date range, for example to 14 days. The first menu item is inventory, and let's go step by step through this section. This section is meant to manage your inventory. Let me explain the difference between products and variants. We now have a list of all the products, and if we go to a product, for example this paint, we see there are 39 units in stock, spread over 17 variants. It's the brand Amsterdam and the category is paint in Dutch. If we click on it, we have all the basic information for this product. So it's a brand Amsterdam, a category, and there's a supplier assigned to this. Then we have a product title here and a basic description, which we can save. And if we scroll down, we see all the variants. This product has many variants because every variant is a different color. In Stockpilot, a product has at least one variant. That would be a single product. But in many cases, for example, if you sell clothes, you have one product line in multiple sizes. And then it's handy to put every variant under the product. If we click on this variant, we will see all the specifics for this variant. In this case, what's the purchase price, what's the average retail price, how many units are in stock, how many are reserved for other orders, what's the location, the MOQ, so the minimal order quantity, everything is here stored in one place. If we scroll down, we will see all the sales data, and if we go a bit further down, we have the section connections. And this is where you can connect your sales channel listings to a specific variant. You can connect in 3 different ways: a single connection, and a single means one product to one listing. You can connect a box, which means if a product is brought to you by the supplier in boxes. For example, this paint comes in boxes of 6 units. That box has its own barcode. We could add this barcode here. We say 6 times this is the barcode. If we would save this, we could connect that as well to a listing on your sales channel. And another connection type is a bundle. And a bundle could be this paint is sold with a set of brushes and a canvas. And that could be a bundled listing. And if you sell one bundle, Stockpilot will update inventory levels through all the connections it will find. And a new connection is made here. You can pick your channel, for example bol.com, and you find this listing and you connect. And here you see your connections. Here at the actions section you can edit your variant, deactivate it or delete it, and many more actions. Also when we click on inventory, we can click on variants and then all the variants are listed. By changing this number, you click on it, you do, for example, 2 and hit enter. And now it will be updated on all the channels it's connected to. And of course we set it back to 1. The same you could have done also here on this one. So 2 and back to 1. And then it will update to all the listing connections. So we go back and let's explain what we see here. We have a product name. If we click here, we go to the product. We navigate straight to the product. And if you click on the name of the variant, you navigate to the variant. And we go back. We see there's 1 available, there's 0 reserved, and there's 1 on hand. And 0 inbound. Inbound means if you have a purchase order to a supplier, and for example 10 units would be delivered, you would see a 10 here. And there are some actions here. You can edit this variant, you can assign a tag to it, or you can move the variant to another product. And you can do the same in bulk here. If a variant is part of an open order, it will be reserved. And if you click on reserved, you see which order it's committed to. And you can click here to go to the order. We see a little checkbox here, and if we click on it, we will filter to all out of stock units. And if we click on it again, you'll see all available units. All the deactivated variants we can see here. And we have the same navigation here. So we can go either here or here. Here we have all the boxes. So if we have a box, we can click on it 2 times in the box. And here we can see the listing. So this listing has that box barcode. Then we have all the bundles. And here you can see what it does. For example, we have 3 chalk markers and they're all connected here. And they are connected to 2 bolt channels. Then we have categories. You can create as many as you want. And it's a collection of all your products. Next we have tags. You can add tags to your variants. For example, if we have a variant here, it has the tag China trade in Dutch. And if we click on it, you have a quick overview of all the listings that are attached to this tag. You can also search your tag by doing hashtag semicolon China, and it will find the same. We go here again, hashtag semicolon different tag. So that's how we can quickly search for a specific group of products. And then with the section inventory health. And inventory health shows you how many units you sell a day, sell through, how many units you have available, what's your excess inventory, and how many days do you have of supply. You can filter your categories here, and also you can make an export to Excel. The final menu item is transfer stock. Here we can create transfer orders. These orders are meant as outbound stock to other warehouses. For example, this order is sent to Amazon UK warehouse, and if we click on it, we see a lot of units added. And once an order like this is created, all the inventory quantities are subtracted on all the channels you sell on. The next menu item is suppliers. If we open a drop-down, we have suppliers and purchase orders, and let's go through them one by one. First, suppliers. Here you can add and manage your suppliers. Once you created a supplier, by hitting new supplier, a pop-up will appear and you can create a new supplier. It will appear here in the list, and if you click on the supplier, you have like a business card with all the details. Also, you can see here all the purchase orders and all the products attached to this supplier. You can assign new products if you wish. And if we click here, we can add a new logo. And when we go back, we see here an orange truck and a new PO. The orange truck means inbound. There's an order coming in from this supplier. And when we hit new PO, a new purchase order will be created. So let's click new PO here. And all the items that are assigned to this supplier are now listed here. We can filter them one by one if we like. Especially handy when you have many products from one supplier. Or select all the products here. And you can add them one by one. And the steps here will be based on the MOQ. It's of course handier to autofill your cart, because if you have many items, you don't want to do it one by one. And you can also let Stockpilot think for you based on the past sales data. So in the top here, we see autofill. If we click on it, a pop-up appears. And here we can put in a lead time, a sales scope. So I want 14 days of supply with a lead time of 2 days. And if I want, I can exclude inbound items. For example, if already a purchase order will be open on this one. And if I say start filling, it's thinking and it will fill a cart automatically. There we go. And then you can check everything. And if you want to add a bit more to the cart, you can say checkout. And if we hit checkout, an email will go to your supplier with an Excel sheet in it. And this purchase order will be registered in the section purchase orders. If we go to purchase orders, you see all the orders listed that are open. So here we have open orders. Also the confirmed ones, shipped, delivered, and completed. And this status you change yourself. So for example, this is a supplier that received this purchase order. The moment the supplier emails you that this order is dispatched, with some documents, you can go to this order and you can upload those documents, for example, order confirmation or shipping proof. And the moment you upload this, the status will automatically change, and you can also change the status yourself to shipped, confirmed or complete. And what you also can do is process this order. So if we hit process, we can add a reference or let Stockpilot make a random reference. But if we process, we can scan all the delivered products. So you can do that based on the box barcodes you added to the variants or based on the barcode on the product. And you say so many scan, and that way you book it all in the system. They will appear here in dispatched, and the moment you hit process, they will go to delivered, and on that moment the stock quantities will update on every sales channel. And then you can complete the session when you're done. When you did that, the order will go to completed. If you hit completed, you can also do an invoice check. So if you have the invoice in one screen and you check everything, how many they invoice to you, you can say submit, and if it's not correct, it will email the supplier automatically for a credit note suggestion. It's very handy to keep an eye on all your purchase orders and to make sure you don't overpay and keep all the documents in one place. The next menu item is orders, and if we click on this, we first go to sales orders. In Stockpilot, the sales orders for every connected channel will be collected on one page, and that you will see here. This is a WooCommerce channel, a bol.com channel, an Amazon channel, all in one place, Kaufland. And here you can manage the orders. So for example, if we click on the order, you go to a detail page, you'll see exactly what's ordered. You have your payment method details, you can make a refund, you can go to the order directly in your WooCommerce system. You'll see your shopper details and the shipping address, etc. And you can make timeline notes to make notes about this order for internal usage. You'll see different order status. The default is open, but you have pending orders, drafts, completed, external orders and returns. The drafts are only there for manual orders. So if I create a new order, that order will be saved as a draft until it's published. When it's published, it will appear in the open orders. Once we open the order, you see it's not bold anymore, the text, but we can close it like this, which means that the order is untouched. Also, we have a print icon here. That icon will become green when we print a packing slip. For example, we go here and we say packing slip. We have a packing slip for this order, for the warehouse, with the barcode and everything on it. And if we refresh the page, you'll see it's green now. And that way you keep track of every packing slip that is printed. And you can undo this by clicking on it. Orders can be managed in two ways. You can select these checkboxes here and then you can edit in bulk. You can print a packing slip, ship the order, or mark the orders as complete. When you mark complete here, it will not register the order on the sales channel. That only will happen when you ship the orders the proper way. This is because we need a track and trace to send to the marketplaces. You can also handle the orders individually. That you will do by clicking on the three dots here. And then you can complete the order here. You can also print a packing slip or ship the order. And there are two more options. We can forward the order. If we click on this, we can select another sales channel to forward the order to. This can be handy when you want to send this order to Amazon to let them pack it for you in the MCF program. Another option you see here is case, and a case is like a ticket system for the support. If something is up with this order, the warehouse team can make a case and say, for example, this item is out of stock or oversold. Then it can forward the support team, and the support team can pick it up and come with a solution and communicate this back to the warehouse. External orders are the orders that come from FBA or LVB bol.com. Another handy one for the warehouse is if you click this auto refresh button, the page will reload every 10 seconds. And if you're busy in the warehouse, you at least have a constant update on new orders that come in. The next menu item is customers. And for Stockpilot, there's a distinction between customers and shoppers. Customers are mostly B2B customers, and you can also allow them in a B2B portal. And these businesses are handled the same way as suppliers. When you click on them, you have a whole overview of what they bought from you and every order by hand. And if we go to shoppers, You keep track of every shopper, and if you click on the shopper, you have an overview on what categories they bought, and if we click here, we can go directly to all the orders of this shopper. This is very handy for marketing purposes. The next item is cases, and here all the cases are stored. If something is wrong with the order, like invalid stock, wrong delivery, you can all store that here and manage it. And within the case, you can contact your customer, sending emails, writing notes, and keep a good track. And the last item is pick and pack. This is used in a warehouse. Normally you will see that the pick module is used on little mobile phones with a barcode scanner underneath, and the barcode on the packing slip is scanned, and the pick team will pick the items, and once they are done they will complete and they go to pack, and the pack team will pack the orders and the queue will fill up. And when that's happening, the pack team can process these orders by scanning the packaging, creating labels, and dispatch, register the orders to the channels. So this is the whole warehouse flow. This pick and pack process might be a bit of overload if you have a small team in your warehouse, and if that's the case, you can also ship orders one by one or in bulk. For example, I want to ship these 3 orders. I can click here, ship orders, and you can see which items are ordered, and I can create a shipping label based on my shipping integrations. And if we choose, for example, PostNL, and we proceed, we have a lot of options we can choose here, so we can create our label. And per country you have different options, of course. And then in the last step you can print your packing slip, print your labels, and register this order, and then you can also print a pick list here if you like, and then you say done, back to orders. So this is the alternative way of doing the pick and pack. The next menu item is reports, and if we click here we can generate all kinds of data reports. For example, a revenue, VAT or unit sold report, and you can select the date range, and then when we select one we can hit generate. And then you can download a CSV file of a report. For example, a VAT report is a report which shows you all the orders with the revenue and a VAT number when Stockpilot was able to retrieve this from the order. And a revenue report shows you the revenue per country, per sales channel, per category. And if we click Insights, you see an overview of all your inventory in this moment based on the purchase price, so the whole value based on the purchase price. The next menu item is channels, and here you can add new channels. This is the shortcut, and you can also go to the Connect shop, and here you can select the channels as well. It's the same way, but this is the shortcut. And when you have a channel, you can click on the row of the table, which leads you to all the listings, and you can also hit Manage here. And when we click on Manage, we go to a page where we can do a lot of setup options for this channel. You can choose to send automatic invoices, you can customize the email that's sent with the invoice, and you can do many more things here. And here we can go back to our listings, and we can also change the price with volume discount, all in bulk. And if we add shipping classes to each item, especially on bol.com, the prices are including shipping. But it's always good to know what shipping costs, and you can add that here. We can make an export which shows you the commission, the price, the shipping class, and the purchase price, and then you can make your sums based on that data. You can also connect your listings in bulk. So this way Stockpilot finds matches with Stockpilot products, the variants, and the bol.com listings, and then you say connect, and you connect everything in bulk. There are many things you can do with your sales channels, like forwarding orders and many other things. And I really advise you to go to the knowledge base to dive into it deeper. Or of course contact one of the customer support people. In the search, normally you will find items. For example, if I do black, it will show me all the black items. If you want to go search orders, for example, you do O semicolon, just a random name. And we see all the orders with the value Miranda, which is a Dutch name. If you want to know more about these kind of little tricks like the shortcuts, you can go to the menu item and to the help center or help.stockpilot.com. Here you find your activity All the notifications you need to know are stored there. And here you can go to account info, and here you have all kinds of settings. For example, you can create different company headings, and every heading you can add to a sales channel. And for example, under bol.com, I want to communicate in this name, and on my WooCommerce store, I want to communicate like this, and that you can all manage here. You can create shipping templates also. These templates you add to variants, and when they are sold, the conditions will be stored, which can suggest the warehouse team which shipping label to use. Also, many options here you can add. I really suggest you go to the help center to dive deep into this stuff. This way you get the most out of Stockpilot. The next item here is warehouses. The first row is the Stockpilot warehouse. All the inventory that's stored here you can manage here. So the locations you can manage here, and the packaging material you can add to the warehouse. And if you connect an Amazon account, many warehouses will be created. And also if you connect a Dutchbol.com account, the LVB warehouse is created. And if you click on one of these warehouses, you will find all the items that are connected there, and you can connect them back to your Stockpilot inventory. And if you create an export now, you see exactly how many units you have in stock and what the value is. And the last one is integrations. Here you have an overview of all your integrations, and the interesting one is shipping, because here you can add new shipping integrations, for example, MyParcel or SendCloud. And if you proceed, you add your API and name, and then you have a new integration connected. And every integration has its own settings. So for example, if you have a PostNL account, you can add custom codes, which you can get with a good account manager. And those codes can have a very cheap label, for example, custom made for you. And these codes you can add here, and you can use these labels then in your shipping or pick and pack process. This was an overview of the whole platform. I hope you learned something. There are many more things you can do in depth. I really suggest you book an onboarding demo. That way you can really get more knowledge, and we can help you get up and running in the platform. This was the demo for now. I really hope you have a good view how Stockpilot can help you with your business. And I also invite you to book a demo or an onboarding. This way we can help you setting up your account so you get the most out of Stockpilot for your business. This was it for now, and I see you in another video. Bye bye.